Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to be doing 14.3 Elite Mode, Bandit Valley, Raiders in the Storm. So this battle has the feats of win the battle in 11 turns, as well as elite troops, send 5 or less heroes into the battlefield. So let's begin. It's quite a change, right? I believe the original version had you kind of rush to kill as many enemies as possible in the first bunch of turns. This time around, you're only allowed to deploy 5, but you only have, and you have to beat the map in 11 turns. Last time I remember I used Landius and Ledin, for example. I recall that. I had Tieris, who kind of swapped between the two to provide healing, and Luna for mobility buffing. I definitely remember that too. Right. The last character is going to be important. I believe last time around I brought Sophia for rewind, and then but now I think I'm going to have to give her up, because I'm pretty sure I need a magic damage dealer to deal with these enemies, so I'm going to bring that instead. So Yulia will be brought. Could also be Lana, really. If I bring Lana and switch her up, even Deedlin, just a magic damage dealer to crush the Langrisser general. That's what it is. So yeah, I'll stick with Yulia. Melee combat magic damage dealer seems to be great here. So let's begin. And the final thing is to double check. So Luna has to bring a faction buff, I feel. TRS is fine as is. And yeah, here we go. So let's turn danger zone. There is a bit of, I guess there's less of a rush to wipe out enemies initially, but you're still going to have to kill them all, right? So let's see how this goes. The other thing that I should mention is, come on, so much chatter. Okay. The other thing I should mention is the treasure seems to be right here in the mountains, and that will have to be grabbed by either Yulia or Luna. Depends on the situation. I'm not sure who's going to grab it, and I just need to figure out a way to deal with that Federation Army Commander, right? Which is why I have Yulia here. So in any case though, let's start with Ledin faction buffing and have Yulia move forward. And over here, I know the Lancer is going to activate guard initially, so I could charge as far forward as possible with the goal of triggering the enemy archer to attack me, and maybe the enemy flyer too, right? So that would involve maybe having Luna, Wind God Realm, into range. If I want both to attack, right? Because Landius will be here, and then in order to get Luna into range, I have to actually Wind God Realm. So let's go for it. Let's have Luna, Wind God Realm. In fact, let's take it a step further. Well, I need to stay back because I want to avoid the infantry general. Remember, that infantry general has the sword soul and all that, so that guy has to be avoided. And let's have Luna faction buff now. Landius is doing exactly as I said, moving up. And I'm going to have Tieris attack blessing my Luna in hopes of being able to one-shot the enemy Federation Army Commander. So let's do that. I'm going to speed up my play a bit now, because I did spend a little bit of time thinking about this initially, but I'm pretty sure I can start maneuvering faster at this point. Overall, Landius is doing a good job against all of these enemies. Hasn't killed anyone, but it's generally expected. Alright, so I'm not going to attack the infantry general just yet. And instead, I'm going to have Luna shift over and attack. Other than that though, if possible, I want to trigger that guy too. So I'm going to maybe start maneuvering Ledin forward here, right? Don't really need Ledin against these guys, so he's just gonna go up. And then same with Yulia. In fact, I think I'm going to have Yulia fight against this infantry general one-on-one, so moving up 3, like so. And then Landius here is going to shift forward as far as he can go. Right. To try to trigger those other enemies. And over here, in tranquility, or peace of mind, sorry, we'll be fine. Other than that, let's have Luna shift over and melee attack this Lancer General to weaken it dramatically. And since my Landius has the Overlord's badge, I'm not afraid of him dying. But I don't think he can kill the Lancer General, and so I'm going to have Tiaras help finish it. Alright. So most of the enemies have been triggered just as I planned. Right. The one I didn't expect was actually the Archer General, but that's okay. Because it went after my Ledin instead of my Yulia, and now I'll be able to take advantage of that. So the infantry commander moved, the infantry general suicide into Yulia. And this guy starts activating Unbreakable Guardian. So, what's next? Since I did have Godly Menace activate, or sorry, since I had Breeze activate on Yulia, I'm actually able to attack this Federation army commander. The first time I didn't take advantage of the mobility buff, this time I'm considering it, but I think I'll still skip it. So, what I need to do is kill off the infantry commander, more than anything else. And that's what I'm going to aim for right now. Before I do so, let's have Ledin Divine Guard here, I think. Right. And then I can have Yulia Miracle up over here, like so. Or sorry, Tiaras Miracle up. Just kind of figuring that out. Let's start with Yulia with the melee strike on the Archer General. Interesting that my Yulia is completely failing to one-shot things in general. I'm very surprised. Okay. Next, Ledin is going to Divine Guard close to Yulia. And then I'm going to I'm going to Yggdrasil Reef Ledin. Right? And I'm going to have to Miracle up as many characters as I can, so let's do that like so. I'm going to have Luna strike the Federation Army Commander. Knocking it to half health. Not enough to kill, but I actually silenced it here. That's fine. And I'm going to have Landius help finish. Cavalry against infantry, down it goes. And since I have them next to each other, Landius guards Luna and kills off that archer. Right, the archers will generally choose to target Luna because she's a flyer class. So it's pretty convenient. Over in the north, Ledin is doing good work as usual. With Divine Guard, he is crushing all of those melee attackers. And now, ooh, prayer. That's not good. That's really, really bad, actually. Well, let's get rid of the Mage General. With Luna, who still has Attack Blessing to one-shot. And then I'm just gonna back off. Right. And have Landius move forward. They're just going to heal up right now, so it's awkward as heck. But why don't I have Holy Justice be used from Yulia to strip off all the buffs from the Federation Army Commander? And then Ledin can just continue to guard here. And then I'm going to have Tiaras shift over. And the choice is to probably continue to attack Blessing Luna. Since she doesn't have an attack skill, the attack blessing is probably the best choice. So, Ledin still has Divine Guard and he still has Healing Light, since it lasts 2 turns. So he's fine. Landius will continue to crush the other enemies on that side while guarding. He takes 2 strikes to kill, but it's okay. 251 hit points. Oh. I feel like my Landius needs just a tiny bit more hit points to one-shot things. Or sorry, tiny bit more attack to one-shot things. Oh well. It's okay. So Ledin kills off the Lancer General for the first time. And the Lancer General is currently unable to receive any buffs because of Holy Justice. So it's working out quite well. Alright, at this point, I'm going to have Luna shift over and probably crush this Archer General. And then Yulia is going to finish off the Federation Army Commander. There we go. So, Yulia being immune to fixed damage is quite useful as well. Right. So down it goes. Ledin for now, we'll just reactivate his faction buff and guard these 2. There. Why don't I just have Landius crush this archer general and trigger this enemy to attack him. He will lose his faction buff, but whatever. And then I can also have Tieris range attack the flyer general. So it's going well. Alright. So Luna is going to melee attack the Holy General, and I'm just checking his stats right now. High magic defense and high stats on both sides. So you know what? Let's have Yulia Godly Menace first to wipe out the bishops. Or kill as many of them as possible anyways. And that locks the Holy General down. So then I'm going to have Luna melee attack to hopefully finish it off. Yep, down it goes. And I'm going to now shift Luna over because she has to, one of my characters still has to grab the treasure. Right? It's turn 6. So the problem now is I want to trigger the next Federation Army Commander. So maybe I'll just have Landius melee attack here. Perfect. And then, oh, not in range. Darn it. Alright, let's move up and just heal up. Let in. Luan. Alright. Luna. Even if I win God Realm, I won't get into the spot. So she's just going to faction buff up. So let's move everyone else first. Right? So I want to trigger both of these enemies. So why don't I charge all the way forward with Landius to start and have him faction buff. Ledin can take the slow path forward. You know, there's no rush for him. Tieris attack blessing, not worth it. It's just end turn and healing light. And then I'm just going to have Luna activate her faction buff. Alright. So Landius. Continues to hammer things, but he gets stunned here by the route skill of Emily. So in the meantime, Luna is going to win God Realm and start marching back, but I think she's out of the fight. Treasure is grabbed, and the treasure is 150 Orichalcum Ore. So let's just start moving her towards the left. In the meantime, Ledin is going to have to move up here. So I'm just going to heal up Landius right now. And have Landius either Tranquility up or attack. I think Tranquility is Peace of Mind, sorry, is probably the smarter option here. And so Ledin currently does not have healing light at the end of this turn, so he's just going to move up for now. And in the first place, I need Landius to finish off these two assassins first, and Yulia is going to run up the side. So Landius continues to fight against the assassins, and healing light back up to a healthy state. Alright. The enemy Emily actually attacks with chivalry and kills off my Landius. Wow. Impressive. For the first time. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to have Yulia launch a discipline strike against Emily. From the side. Alright. Just going to leave Landius here. I'm going to give up on... I think I'm going to have to give up on killing the Federation Army Commander for now. Or hope it uses its... Oh, it doesn't even have a... This is frustrating. If I run away... They can still move down 3 and attack me, so it won't work either. Maybe I triggered too many of them. Maybe I should have just left Emily waiting a few turns back. But let's see what happens. So let's assume that Landius can survive the attacks from these two. So I'm just going to have Ledin faction buff for now. Landius is going to end his turn, and Tieris is going to miracle up. The assassin attacks my Landius, killing itself. Leaving just the commander. And now the commander strikes Landius. Blah blah blah. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to have Ledin, Divine Guard. And Tieris. I can't attack with Yulia because she's outside. But I'm gonna move. I think I'm just going to heal up Landius first. Like so. And then have Landius melee attack Emily. And there we go. You don't actually have to kill Emily. As long as you knock her down to very, very low health, she retreats. So, finish with 11 turns and send 5 or less heroes into battle. Now, I should mention, probably very possible to not trigger Emily initially. Just fight against the 2 assassins first, get rid of those 2 assassins, and then finish off Emily alone, right? So Landius can handle the 2 assassins, and then afterwards, you can have Ledin handle Emily. That's probably the better option, but this still worked, you know, at least for me, with my 6-star Landius. So, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful to you. Nitro out.